Hello everybody, it's Emery48 here and welcome back to another Star Wars video. Today we are continuing in the Canon timeline with a novel titled Rebel Rising by Beth Revis. Cover art is by Roord and Leigh Zieske. It takes place in 13 BBY, which is the same year as Crimson Climb. I found the book for $7. Month 1. Jyn Erso is brought to an Imperial work prison on Wobani. Chapter 1. Jyn Erso, age 8. Jyn was picked up from her hiding place by Saw Gerrera after her parents were attacked and taken by the Empire. Chapter 2. Jyn's mom had been killed and her dad taken to a Star Destroyer they passed as her and Saw left the planet. Saw brought Jyn to a base he has on Rey. Chapter 3. The next morning, Saw started training Jyn. Chapter 4. Other rebels. Zosad Hosum, Reese Talent, and Adrissa Baruch visited Saw's base. They have info on Galen Erso, working for the Empire. Jyn was not happy about this. Chapter 5. Saw told Jyn that Galen is on Coruscant working for Krennic and has chosen the Empire. Chapter 6. Adrissa has returned a couple of years later, wanting Saw to join the coalition they are growing against the Empire. That includes senators. Chapter 7. Saw told Jyn that the only way a rebellion will be successful is if there is a tragedy for everyone to rally behind. Chapter 8. Adrissa left, and a couple days later, Reese arrived. Jyn beat him up in a spar. Saw brought Jyn a scarf to not let people see her kyber crystal necklace, although Reese and his crew and Zosad and his crew have already seen the kyber crystal. Saw offered Jyn to come on their next mission with Zosad and his crew. Chapter 9. Jyn's first mission was with Saw and Zosad's crew, Jari and Builder. They are boarding an Imperial surveyor ship to steal their information. Jyn's forged codes and documents worked to get them close to the ship. Chapter 10. The mission was quick. Saw, Zosad, Builder, and Jari killed the 5 Imperials on board. Jyn had aimed at one of the scientists, but never fired. Jari had killed that scientist. Jyn did not have the confidence to tell Saw that she hadn't actually killed the Imperial scientist. They also came away with many data cards of information about the Imperial ship's mission. Month 2. Jyn got a cellmate, Zerata, of a species larger than humans and with white fur. Chapter 11. Many new recruits have joined Saw on Rhea, including Maya, Staven, and Kodo. They all got drunk with Jyn while Saw was off on a mission. Chapter 12. Jyn wanted to be let on another mission. Saw gave her a test arming an explosive, which she failed. He didn't speak and just walked away. Staven went to cheer her up afterward. Chapter 13. Jyn was given her first solo mission on her 15th birthday. A sniper rifle and a target, Doran Bell, an Imperial scientist studying kyber crystals on Haruz. This time, Jyn did fire, but Doran was killed by an explosion the rebels had set. Staven had let Jyn know that she was merely insurance in case Doran had not been exactly where they expected him to be. Chapter 14. Jyn has been included on missions more regularly. Saw has been hired by Arain Orida to infiltrate a celebration honoring the new Imperial governor on Inusagi. Jyn is working on forging their invitations. Chapter 15. Jyn's role is to hand out the invitations to other co-conspirators that she does not know, but they have been informed of her dress and given a code word, Cloud. Even though she has enough invitations to get everyone inside, even herself, Saw wants her to return to the ship once she has handed out all of the invitations. Chapter 16. Saw has entered the palace. Jyn has handed out all but one of the invitations. Chapter 17. Jyn went inside the palace after handing out the last invitation, able to view the attack, which killed many in the palace, Imperial and civilian alike, including the newly appointed Imperial governor and the chiefess of Inusagi. Chapter 18. Jyn watched a stormtrooper kill Maya. Upon escaping, Jyn disagreed with Saw in the necessity of collateral damage when attempting to bring peace. Saw was convinced Jari was a mole, even though he claimed it was not him. Saw shot Jari and dropped him off at an Imperial base. Chapter 19. Adrissa asked Saw to conduct a scouting mission on Tamsi Prime to find the full length of the conditions the Empire has brought on the planet, as the higher-ups in her rebel alliance are not convinced it is a planet worth raiding. Saw told her to leave, and he has a mission to plan. He does not like the bureaucracy of this new rebel alliance. Chapter 20. Saw, Jin, Kodo, and Reese plan the scouting mission. Chapter 21. Saw, Jin, Kodo, and Reese have arrived on Tamsi Prime. Kodo will stay with the ship. Saw, Jin, and Reese are posing as videographers for an Imperial Promotions propaganda shoot. Chapter 22. Reese betrayed Saw and Jin to the Empire. Saw shot Reese with one of the stormtroopers' blasters, knocking him out with the stun, when Reese tried to reveal Jin's identity. Jin and Saw started to fight back, then the Empire began bombing the factory they were in. Chapter 23. Jin made Reese help bring an unconscious Saw back to their ship. When he woke up, Saw attacked Reese and told Jin to hide. Kodo helped Saw pin Reese. Saw stabbed him multiple times, then Kodo dragged him into an Imperial ship the trio escaped in, leaving Jin in her hiding place. Saw had told her to stay there for a day. Month 3. An Imperial admiral visited the prison, saying rewards for good work are not given to prisoners, but showed that punishment for bad work is acceptable, killing one of the prisoners on the production line. Chapter 24. The next morning, the Empire left Tamsi Prime, then bombed the continent. Jin ran to the spaceport, getting in the ship they arrived in, and got a pilot from the spaceport to fly the ship. She forged Imperial codes, allowing them to pass by the Star Destroyer, still bombing the planet below. Jin and the pilot jumped to hyperspace. Chapter 25. The pilot landed them on a planet nearby, selling the ship and giving Jin half. She got a job on the Ponta 1, working for Akshaya Ponta. Akshaya confiscated Jin's blaster, saying the Ponta 1 is a peaceful operation, no weapons allowed. Jin forged codes to get them through an Imperial checkpoint and filled Akshaya in on part of her upbringing and the moments leading up to them meeting. Chapter 26. Akshaya brought Jin to her home planet, Skull, where she met Akshaya's son, Hatter. The Imperial news blamed terrorists for the damage to Tamsi Prime. This falsified attack convinced the Senate to pass an increased defense budget. Chapter 27. Akshaya has no intention of working Jin hard, trying to let her have some sort of childhood for the first time in years at 16. Chapter 28. Jin spent the day chatting with Hatter about life. Chapter 29. Hatter and Jin have gotten very close while Akshaya is away for weeks at a time with her shipping business. This is definitely scaring Jin a bit. Chapter 30. Saw had sent Burke to spy on Jin and make sure she was alive. He had been a part of the attack at Inusagi. Burke told Jin that Saw was not coming back for her. Chapter 31. Months of normalcy have passed on Skull. Chapter 32. Hatter is considering joining the rebellion as a pilot. Jin doesn't want to go back. They kiss for the first time and many more after. Chapter 33. Akshaya told Jin and Hatter that half the mines she used to pick up ore from are now Imperial operated. Zosad was the one trying to recruit Hatter, but Jin was able to stop it. Chapter 34. Jin, Akshaya, and Hatter attempted to escape Skull as the Empire was moving in, taking off in 2 separate ships. Y-Wings came in to assist against the TIE fighters. Jin has jumped to hyperspace. Month 4. Jin's cellmate, Zarada, killed herself on work detail. Chapter 35. The ship Jin flew to the rendezvous point had been damaged in the escape. When she landed, Jin saw part of the Ponta 1 had penetrated her ship, knowing Akshaya and Hatter had been killed. But the explosion of their ship allowed Jin to escape. Chapter 36. Jin was attacked by 2 people attempting to rob her. Jin stabbed one and injured the other, so they ran away. Chapter 37. Jin found an inn where she was able to spend her first night on the space station. Chapter 38. An Imperial officer, Commander Lucca Solange, knew Jin had forged documents to get on the space station. Solange has blackmailed Jin to forge credits to a casino she is in massive debt to. Jin has reluctantly agreed. Chapter 39. Jin forged the credits and was paid 1,000 Imperial credits for her work, but not allowed to leave the station for a couple more weeks in case she is needed again. Jin hears that the rebellion have entered the system with the space station. She does not like either the Empire or the rebellion. Jin then got knocked out, walking back to her room. Chapter 40. Jin was captured by Alejandro So, owner of the casino, knowing she forged the credits. He has hired Jin for her skill of forging, allowing one of his ships to get through Imperial checkpoints and arrive at Rumitaka. Jin will be paid an extra 1,000 Imperial credits and be left on her own on the planet. Chapter 41. Jin's job is to forge 20 identifications from indentured servants of So to Imperial indentured servitude. They will be handed over to the Empire when they land on Rumitaka. Solange overpaid So for the workers to erase her debt. Chapter 42. Jin knocked out the crew, locking them in the airlock. Jin then released the slaves and leaves them with the ship taking off in a shuttle. Jin sees the airlock open as she flies away and sees all of the crew float into space. Chapter 43. After years of travel, Jin has gotten work forging documents for Rissi Amps on Rumitaka. Rissi and Jin have been taken into Imperial custody. Chapter 44. Jin has been brought to Commander Solange's office, where she was joined by Admiral Rockwin. They are hiring Jin to make new codes for the rebel group she has been making codes for. This time they will also allow the Empire to track the rebel group's ships. Her payment will be freedom. Chapter 45. Jin is now a member of the rebel group, led by Blue. The crew delivered food to people on Watase. The Empire was attempting to starve. Other crew members are Shabern, the pilot, and Berta, the mechanic. Chapter 46. After tracking the rebels through a couple more missions, Admiral Rockwin arrested the whole crew, including Jin. Blue will be executed as she was the captain. Month 5. Jin's new cellmate is Yala. She is determined to escape. Yala was killed during an escape attempt, and Nail is Jin's new cellmate. Month 6. Jin and Nail's transport to their work site was attacked. Epilogue. The rebellion broke out Jin. She was brought to meet Mon Mothma and Bail Organa. They want her help finding her father, and discovering what the weapon was he helped the Empire build. Jin has agreed, joining the rebellion. Now this book's decent. It's not very in-depth at all, I'd say. Not incredibly tense throughout, but there are some intense moments, but as a whole, not all there. It is a cool prequel to Rogue One, and reading it at the same time as Andor Season 2 coming out, it's pretty neat because you get to see where the two main characters are blending. Well, where they come from before they blend together. That is all I have for Rebel Rising. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.